Let's look at the principles that Jesus is teaching us in these encounters with these men. First of all, can we read this together? People tend to focus on problems they see in people. Jesus focuses on potentials he sees in them. In our reading, Simon, in John 1:42, Jesus looked at him and said, "You are Simon, the son of John. So you shall be called Cephas," which means Peter. So kilala niya na po si Simon kahit hindi pa siya na formally introduced. And would you know that Jesus already knew the first time he saw Simon that this is the man who one day will deny 3 times that he knew him? Do you believe that Jesus already knew at that very moment that this is the man who one day will deny him? Si Nathanael nga hindi pa nakakaranas sila, alam na ni Jesus yung pag-uusap nila. Okay? So definitely Jesus knew this was the man who one day would deny him. Pero notice here, he does not focus on the wrong that Peter one day will do. He focused on the potential of what Peter can become. He said, "You are Simon, son of John, but one day you will be called the Rock." Bakit sinabi pong rock? Because rock is the opposite of Simon Peter's personality. Si Simon Peter po, balimbing. He's a personality that can change loyalties depende kung saan siya natatakot more. Okay? So remember that night, sabi niya, "I will never desert you, Lord. I'm willing to go to the death for you." Really, Simon? Tonight, before the cock crows, you'll deny 3 times you know me. At nangyari nga. You're with him. You're a Galilean. "No, I do not know the man." "I saw you with him." "No, I do not know that man." And started to swear. Does Jesus know? Si Simon Peter po, madali magsalita, pero mahina ang tuhod. Di ba? May mga lalaki na ganyan, di ba? Magaling magsalita, hindi naman nagagawa. Simon Peter was that person. Malakas ang nguso, mahina ang puso. So, Jesus said, as if it was saying, "Simon, I already know you. You're a very vacillating person. You are a weak personality. But let me tell you this. One day, I'm going to make a rock out of you. You will be called the Rock." Did you see that? See, Jesus did not focus on the problems he sees in Simon. He focuses on his potential. Bakit nasabi niya na potential niya maging kasing tibay ng bato? Kasi si Simon Peter po, may leadership potential. Lagi siya ang nauuna. Pag may tanong, siya lagi unang sumasagot. Siya lagi nagte-take initiative. Okay? Meron po siyang leadership potential. Nakita ni Jesus yan, kaya i-develop yung leadership potential niya hanggang maging matibay siyang leader. Hindi yung leader na pag-ganyan-ganyan. So Jesus is always looking for potential, not problems. Ang problema po, kaya tayo kuminsan, madali tayo ma-discourage kasi lagi tinitignan yung problema dun sa tao. Ito po yung nagagamit rin po sa parenting. Sino po may mga anak dito na teenager? Pakitaas ang gamay. Ayan. I'll give you a parenting tip. If you want to bring out the best in your children, don't just focus on the problems you see in them. Focus on their potentials. Kasi pag lagi tayong nakatingin sa problema ng isang tao, lagi tayong galit, frustrated, sermon, critical. Imbes na matulungan natin ang tao, mabababa natin siya ng husto. Kasi nakikita na lagi, anong problema sa kanya? Umiit ang ulo natin, kaya anong masasabi natin, lalo nating dinidegrade ang pagkatao niya, lalo siyang mawawala ng kumpiyansya para mabago niya ang kanyang dapat baguhin. Kasi binababa siya eh. Kasi ang tinitignan natin, problema. We are always looking at the problem. That's why we are degrading the person, depriving him of the confidence he needs to change. If you want to see a person change, don't degrade him. Empower him to change. Make him believe he can do it. Apply consequences as a matter of discipline. Kasi kailangan may disiplina. Para ma-realize siya mali siya, pero tell him, alam ko, you can be better than this. And then teach him how to be better. That's how you empower people because you focus on their potentials. Kaya mga magulang, whenever we see what's wrong with our children, we will never draw out the best in them because we're always focused on the negative. And that will discourage them. Find what are the potentials of your children and you'll find yourself encouraging, inspiring them rather than degrading and criticizing them because you're focusing on the potential. Amen? That's why Pablo Picasso, one of the greatest painter in the history of human art, when he was asked when he was already old, Pablo, can you tell us the secret of your greatness? Everything you touch has a touch of greatness. And then Pablo Picasso said, well, when I was a young man, my mother used to say to me, son, if you become a soldier, you will surely become a general. If you become a monk, you will surely end up as the Pope. Well, I became a painter, and I ended up a Picasso. So according to Picasso, what was the secret of his greatness? A mother who never stopped to believe in the best in him. A mother who never stopped to give him a vision that he can be great one day. A mother who never stopped to encourage him to believe that he will be a great man. And Picasso rose up to fulfill that vision na binigay sa kanya ng nanay niya. There is more power in inspiring our children and inspiring people around us than in degrading them and criticizing them. You, of course, have to correct them, but correction must focus on the solution rather than the problem. The difference between criticism and correction is this. Criticism just focuses on the problem. That's it. Correction looks at the problem but focuses on the solution. So ano mas productive, criticism o correction? Mas productive ang correction. Kasi you're guiding the person to find the solution to the problem. Rather than just blaming him, criticizing. Doesn't help the person because the person may not know how to get out of the problem. Maybe he does not know how to remedy the situation. Because you did not guide them to think of how the situation can be improved. And if it is guidance, bigyan mo ng konting tip. Naintindihan po natin. Okay? That is why we are able to draw out the best in people when we begin to focus on their potentials. Okay? That's why even among you people working with you in your workplace, find what you can affirm in people more than what you can criticize in them. The sad thing about management culture today, medyo our management culture here tends to be very negative. Sabi nga sa akin ni Dr. Rovito Solongan, we had our meetings before when he was still alive. He told me, don't you know, Dr. Magalong, that when Filipinos work outside the country, they excel. Why is it that they are working here, they find it hard to excel? So tinanong niya ako. Pag nagtanong si Dr. Salonga, mahirap sagutin kasi siya rin sumasagot ng tanong niya. Nasanay na ako sa kanya. Kaya pag natanong siya, tumatahimik na lang ako. And then he will answer his own question. You know why? Because when Filipinos are working outside, they are exposed to the right environment that enables them to achieve their potentials. Dito kasi masyadong negative. Pati yung paglait sa empleyado, sa subordinate, ay tawag doon management style daw. Now, I talk with managers and companies in Manila because I work with companies, Benison Group of Companies, Armadillo Holdings, yung Titanium Group of Companies na Whedon King, Benison Group of Companies under WL, William Lim, that's Electro World, Walter Mart's furniture, I forgot the other names, but Electro World is one of them. You know, in his company, he wants his people to believe that they can be better than others. And instead of criticizing his people, he spends time to try to inspire them. Kaya that's why when we heard me speak sa Rotary Club in Makati, that's the first time we met, I shared with him building a nation of character. How do we change the country? And my main thesis in the presentation at Rotary Club, we begin with the family. For a long-term change, we begin with the family. Why? Because when you begin to work on the next generation, you are preparing them to give us a better future. Focus on the next generation. Kasi yung ating generation, matitigas na buto eh. Meron mo ng bago. It's very difficult to teach an old dog new tricks. Pero yung young generation, they are still moldable. Doon tayo mag-focus. Okay? And so, I did a lot of motivational talks on the managers, and many of them begin to understand the concept of the power of motivation. As managers, you must develop motivational skills. Hindi lang control skills. Kailangan motivational skills. And so I taught them how to affirm people, how to spot potential in people, how to develop the potentials. And so marami po sa mga managers later on were so inspired and they were so excited to apply this in their local business LBUs. Okay? And so there was one time after a series of the seminars, I visited Electroworld Greenbelt. When I entered in, the manager immediately recognized me. Sir, wow, welcome, sir. Thank you for visiting our SBU, Small Business Unit. I said, sir, can I invite you into my office? So I came in the office of this female manager of Electroworld Greenbelt. And she said, you know, Dr. Dave, you know, we learned so much in that series of seminars on maximizing productivity. And we started what your suggestion. At the end of every week, I gather my employees and we encourage them to affirm one another. We call that the affirmation circle. So one becomes the focus. Everybody gives a word of affirmation towards that employee. And then susunod naman ng taya. Then it goes around the circle. Everybody has a positive word to say about that person. He said, Dr. Magalang, when we started doing that, I noticed nagbago yung energy ng aming mga empleyado dito. Now they're inspired. In fact, when they entered that SBU, I was greeted with smiles. Hi, sir. Good morning. They don't know me. Only the manager knows me. Sir, what can I do for you? Sir, coffee, sir. Wow. Saan ka nakakuha ng SBU? Pasok, may kape ka. Okay? Pero this is part of the implementation. When you begin to focus on affirming people, you're able to draw out the best in them. So inspired yung kami niya, sir, sana yung ibang managers namin sa kumpanya makarinig rin ng seminar. Kasi sila, ganun pa rin, napaka-negative, nilalait kami, you know, puro degrading words na tatanggap nila. Eh kami, natututo na kami, baguhin yung lingwahe namin, maging affirming kami, kasi mas empowering yun eh. Kaya sana, sir, sila rin makarinig para magkaisa na kami lahat. Kasi nakita namin, we discovered that it really works. Because when you focus on potentials of people, they get inspired. And they begin to give out more output to the work because they are so inspired. Traditional management imparts fear sa mga tao. Siyempre, pag fear, they'll try to perform up to your expectation only. But they will never give you their best because they are motivated by fear. Pero if you're always finding what you can affirm in them, find their potential, encourage them in their potential, apply discipline without degrading their person, make them believe they can still be better people even if you have to discipline them, then you're able to bring out the best in people. Soon they will be serving you to their best. Hindi lang ayon sa expectation mo. They may even perform beyond your expectation because they are so inspired. Because you are now exercising transformational leadership sa kanila. You're affecting their attitudes, you're affecting their values because of how you handle them. And so they're always inspired to give their best. You understand this? And that was an Exhibit A in Benison Group of Companies. I soon received a report na marami po sa kanilang mga SBUs are experiencing a real change of attitude among their employees because nga mas positive sila ngayon. Kaya mas nabibigyan ng attention yung mga customer. Okay? So what we're saying is this, Jesus is always focusing on potentials in people. Don't focus on what's wrong with your children. Lagi ka magagalit. Focus on their potentials. Focus on their strengths and then encourage them in their strengths. That's how you bring out the best in people. Let me share you this. You see a seed. If you put a seed inside a bottle, a jar, and close the lid, will that seed bring out its power of life? Do you believe that inside that seed is the power of life? It's a miracle. It's a power of life, the power of life. But if you put that seed in the wrong environment, will it manifest the power of life within it? No, because it is not placed in the right environment. If you put that seed under the soil, soft soil, water it, expose it to the sun, the miracle begins to take place. The power of life begins to break through the hard covering of the seed. It begins to grow into a plant, later a tree. Later on, becomes very fruitful. Why? Because when the seed is exposed in the right environment, the best comes out of that seed. The same with people. People sometimes are not very productive, not because they don't have the ability, it's only because they're not motivated enough. When they're exposed to an environment that's very inspiring, when they're exposed to an environment where their leader shows compassion towards them, merong pagmamahal ang leader sa kanila, may concern ang leader. Tapos ang leader, very fair sa kanyang pagbigay ng discipline sa kanyang empleyado. That he is respected by the people become inspired to really give their best to their boss. They begin to love their boss and they begin to give their best. You understand that? Okay? Because you're focusing on what you can affirm in people. Find their potentials and then inspire them. Amen? Okay, are we learning something tonight? Can we read this together? This is Johann Wolfgang von Goethe. If I treat you as you are, I will make you worse. True or false? If I treat you as you are, I will make you worse. Right? However, if I treat you as though you are what you are capable of becoming, I help you become that person. You see the wisdom of that? Okay? Robert Conklin writes, if human beings are perceived as potentials rather than problems, as possessing strengths instead of weaknesses, as unlimited rather than dull and unresponsive, then they thrive and grow to their capabilities. Pag lagi mo pinapansin yung galing ng empleyado mo, galing ng anak mo, you always affirm the good in your children, you begin to inspire them to be their best. You understand that? Degrading, criticizing them doesn't inspire them. It discourages them. If you want our children to become better children, we have to empower them. If you want people working with us to be better employees, we need to empower them. We do not degrade them. We empower them to become better people. Okay? Another thing, can we read this together? Dwelling on the negative brings out the worst in people. Dwelling on the positive brings out the best in them. If you're struggling with a marriage where you're always fighting all the time, let me tell you why. You're fighting all the time because you're always seeing what's wrong with each other. And when you're focused on what's wrong with each other, you'll be defensive, and therefore you'll always be fighting. You understand? But when you begin to learn to affirm your spouse, you begin to inspire your spouse and encourage your spouse. You understand that? You see, when criticism dominates the family environment, relationships begin to break down. Let me repeat that. When criticism dominates the family environment, relationships soon will break down. But when you focus on affirming the good that you see, when you begin to help your children see they have potential, and you make them believe in their potential, you empower them to rise up to fulfill those potentials in their lives. Because they are now exposed to the right environment, you see, the potentials begin to come out because they are growing in the right environment. It's a positive environment that's motivational and inspirational. Tama ba? How many of you are parents here? Can you raise your hands? Do you understand that focusing on the problems of your children may not be the best way to bring out the best in them? Okay? Focusing on the negative can bring out the worst in people. Kaya marami nag-aaway sa lipunan kasi walang pinupuna kundi yung mali, yung negative, yung masama. Let's look at our media. Look at our politics in the Philippines. Siraan. Lagi nakikita ko anong mali, anong palpak. True or false? Kaya nag-aaway. Right? And that's also part of our culture. Because doon pa lang inside the home, right there inside our families, that is the breeding ground of negativity. Tama? The negativity we see in our country starts in the family. That's where the negativity begins. Because parents only see what's wrong. They never really affirm what's right in their children. Kaya children get discouraged. Later on, they rebel. Away-away sila kasi nakakaroon ng rivalry. Kasi mas pabor dito si tatay kaysa sa kanya. Kasi lagi ang focus, what's wrong? Amen? You know, the Philippines can really be a better nation if we provide our country the right environment for our potentials as Filipinos to really rise up and shine. It should be a positive, inspirational, and motivational environment that focuses on potentials of people, that affirms the good in the Filipino. You know, the sad thing is true. The worst critics of Filipinos are Filipinos themselves. Minsan ako sa Manila, pauwi ako sa Las Piñas. I was in a taxi. We were about to enter our subdivision. Bigla may taxi na humarurot na halos mapangga kami from the other side. Sabi nung taxi driver namin, Pilipino ka nga! So gusto kong sabihin, Sir, Pilipino ka rin. Alam mo, it's very sad. You know, when I read mga comments ng mga Filipinos outside the country about Filipinos here, or Filipinos commenting about other Filipinos in the same country, Sabi ko, the worst critics of Filipinos are Filipinos eh. Napaka-negative natin. Why are we so negative? Kaya sabi nga na Dr. Salonga, dito, ang potential hindi masyadong lumalabas, pero pag na-expose sila sa mga environment sa labas, na more motivation, abay, lumalabas ang galing ng Pilipino. Imagine kung sa pamilya pa lang, motivational environment, maraming affirmation, we know to see, inspire potential in our children, lalabas lahat ang galing nila. That's why I'm proud of my children because lahat po ng potential nila lumalabas talaga because we establish an affirming environment in our home. Kaya, you know, when my children, when there's a conflict between a family event, gusto namin lumabas, may conflict sa trabaho, conflict sa barkada, they will cancel their barkada appointment or they will seek a leave from the office just to be with us as a family. But tanongin yung mga anak ko na narito, where do they want to be? With others or with the family? They'll say, with the family. Because in the family, they feel it's a real home. In our family, we're used to affirming one another. We're used to encouraging one another. We're always used to believing in the best in each other. We develop that environment. That's why there's a spirit of excellence in each of my children. They're excellent young men and women. And wherever they go, they always get the best. They get the best jobs. In fact, the job is the one looking for them all the time. Really do my children look for a job for a long time. Di magtatagal, the job finds them. Because of the spirit of excellence in them. Why? Because they believe in what they have. And we made them believe in what they can become. You understand this? Not only in the family, but even in the workplace. We establish a positive environment. Like sabi nga nung manager na yon, we wish, sir, na lahat ng mga SBUs ganito. Kasi hindi pa rin maiwasan. Mayroong manager yung pipintasan yung manager dito. Wala naman na itutulong yun eh. Diba? Mag-affirm na lang tayo, mag-inspire tayo so we can do a better job.